Nice. Technically, I found Princess Zelda much sooner than that because she was a dragon. But details, details. Legend of Zelda. I think there's a secret cutscene you get if you do all the shrines, but I just needed to beat the game. This game is too long. Oh. I did it. Game is done. Game is done. Alright. Time for my impromptu review that I usually do after I beat a game. Impressions? I'd give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I do think the fusion mechanic, while fantastic, the fact that they want you to fuse with everything is a little cumbersome. And that's also added on to the fact that it's the weapon breaking mechanic, which I get why it's in there, and I don't hate it. I think I like the weapon mechanic in Breath of the Wild better than I do in Tears of the Kingdom. Because in Tears of the Kingdom, like, if you're going to fuse all that, they should have at least made the durability better. Because sometimes it's really hard to find a good combination. Or if you have like a boss one, that you don't want to lose those. Like, I didn't want to use weapons because I was afraid that they would break. And that's counterintuitive to how you want to do it. Music was fantastic. Story had some plot holes. Like Yunobo, I'm still upset that like Yunobo lost his champion ability out of nowhere. And also it was repetitive. And I get why it was repetitive, but all the past stages were just cardboard cutouts. So it was kind of lame. Characters were fun enough. Riju's still amazing. Yunobo's okay. Sidon is still amazing. I forget the bird guy's name. Tiba's son. So, what else? But besides that part, like, Zelda's story is fantastic. It's more impactful. It feels better. The ending was wow. Like, compared to Breath of the Wild, the ending of Tears of the Kingdom is just the cinematics at the end, like with the dragon. Yeah, it was easy, but it was just epic. It felt epic, which was great. Fighting Ganondorf was easier than expected. If you just get good at parrying, it's not hard. But the fact that he parries you is trippy. So, but other than that, it's like Ganondorf is still one of my favorite villains, though. So, like, I'm a little biased. I'm probably giving him a little higher score than he should. Like, he was fun. He was fun because he was cinematic, but I don't think he was the hardest boss of it I fought. What else? The world is great. The story, the moments are fun. The weirdest complaint I have is that there's too much content. And that sounds weird. I shouldn't be complaining about this. I shouldn't be complaining that there's too much content, because usually more content is a good thing. But the fact that, like, there's so much to do and I feel like there's so little time to do it in. And the fact that like for example, there's 999 Korok seeds. Like, that's insane. There's 150 shrines. That's insane. There's a whole underground area where 95% of the underground area is pointless. It's just there to explore, which is fantastic. I love the underground area. I loved it more than the shrines. But it was just like, after I did the underground area, I was like, now I have to do shrines. Like, I feel like it's, and this is a weird thing, is that like, it's a weird thing because it's like, if they had like smushed some of the stuff together, it would have come out a little better, you know. The feeling would have come out across better. But because there's so much, it feels like it drags on. Like, you're like eating a buffet that just won't stop. And it's just like, you get full. And you get full, and people are like, eat more food. You're like, no, I'm too full. I can't eat anymore. And someone told me, like, somebody actually commented on one of my videos, and they were like, just don't play all of it. Just don't 100% the game. And like, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like, if you're enjoying the game, enjoy it. That's good. More power to you. But, like, I don't know. I feel like games should be designed in a way to make you want to 100% complete it. But when you have a game that's just meant to just enjoy and pass the time, like, I feel like that's not a bad way to do it, you know. Games are meant to be enjoyed and to have fun, but if you're making the game in such a way where 50% of the content you can't finish like half the game because it's too long or there's too much. And granted, some of it is because I'm older, right? I don't have the time like I used to. But the other half of it is that there's just so many games out there as well. Like, I can't spend all my time focusing on this game when there's so many other games I have to do too. And plus, like, the idea of the design of the worlds makes sense at the get-go, where what happens is that no matter where you go, you're going to find something. But what happens is, as you 100% complete it, it gets harder and harder and harder to find those little nooks and crannies for the things that you missed. And so, because it gets more and more difficult, it becomes you start trudging through it, you know. The shock and wonder of finding the next thing becomes less and less and less. So it goes from like an exploration game to like a challenge game. So I don't know. Again, at the end of the day, a game is meant to be fun, to be enjoyed. So you can't hate on a game for having more content, which is weird because like a game, like, having more content doesn't drop the score, right? But it doesn't make it a bad game, but it can prevent it from being a perfect game. So I would say that Tears of the Kingdom, I guess the vibe I get is 8.5 out of 10. Just because it's just so much, and I shouldn't complain, and I feel kind of hypocritical complaining about it. Like, I play so much Smash Bros. Smash Bros is just I'm addicted to Smash Bros. But it just keeps going. But this game just keeps going and going and going. Alright. Well, and there you have it. My impromptu review. One bonus I'll say is that they actually made all the powers necessary. Breath of the Wild didn't do that. Cryonis was kind of pointless in Breath of the Wild. The end. And there's no DLC. Alright, guys. Well, there you have it. Tears of the Kingdom. It is a finally and officially